And obviously, I'm a WWE fan, so I know like the international crowds are awesome. The European crowds in soccer, they're known as the fan, like the hooligans. For wrestling, though, I always knew, like when you guys would take a show over there, we'd see clips on the internet. Crowd was insane. Here's a clip from this.
This is a couple months ago, Lyon, France.
What show?
Backlash?
Backlash. This is Backlash. Okay, in Lyon, France. The WWE's over there. Listen to this crowd basically shake the building until it almost collapses. That's Michael Cole, who will be here later, potentially, obviously. He also massive suit and stooge. Can't wait to talk to him. But is this one of the main reasons with what you've experienced with the European crowds and taking the show on the road, why that Netflix deal is such a big deal? Because I feel like that is a truly global platform, right? And
yes.
Is this what you're trying to kind of cherish almost and take care of through it all?
You know, WWE is one of the only true global products, right? When you break things down, and there's other ones that are there, but like, when you break things down, like it's becoming much bigger, obviously, but soccer is becoming big in the U.S., but it was massive everywhere else, right? Like football in the U.S., they're trying to move it outside of the U.S. Other sports, they don't all resonate. WWE, we go everywhere. I mean, there's not a place in the world that I've not been over the years of my career, a country or a place on the planet that we've not been to where there's a massive fan base. Even sometimes we would go to places. I went to Russia years back where we didn't even have TV there, and we were completely sold out, and people were insane over it just based on bootlegging. You know?
Old school.
Yeah, and so the international stuff for us is massive, and a platform like Netflix. So when we move over to Netflix in January, we will immediately, when they pull that trigger, be on live with Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and the PLEs, including WrestleMania, in 80% of the world outside of the U.S. immediately, which is right now we're just individual deals, so every place is slightly different. They'll all transfer over time until 100% of it is on Netflix internationally.
Damn.
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah. So it's a massive deal, and it's why Nick and I are so. Nick Khan, our president, who's amazing.
We second that.
Yes. We're so adamant about expanding and reaching outside of the U.S. for a lot of what we do. It's why you've seen us in the last since January of this year, right? We were in Perth, Australia. Then we did WrestleMania, 2 nights at WrestleMania, obviously. Then we went to Lyon, France. We went to Saudi Arabia. We come back to Scotland. We're going to Canada in a couple of weeks. We come back for SummerSlam in Cleveland. Then we go to Berlin, Germany. You know, it's just outside of the U.S. Everything is so big, and the U.S. markets are going to have to step up their fan reactions here because the international markets are putting them to shame.
Well, Indianapolis will show.
You guys
that's why I got the deal.
trouble.
Yeah, absolutely here in Indy. But I did hear from some of the people that were part of like the France show and the Clash at the Castle in Scotland, and then you come back to an American like operation or whatever, and it's like, okay, a little bit different reactions whenever things happen and trying to play it and create the greatest show. And I think the thing about the WWE and why it translates is because like everybody can see, you know, what they like. There's entertainment, obviously, in there. There's comedy, there's action, there's mind-blowing in world-class athleticism happening right in front of you. There's an environment, and then there's horror as well. So Chad Gable, good.
Yeah, he's good. You know, I don't know.
Really? Sure.
Really?
You see things on TV, and it escalated quickly from there's Chad Gable laying down. He's obviously unconscious, has
Been
a little
shot
bit of
in the
blood
head.
on him, to, oh my God, he got shot in the head and he's dead.
Yeah, there's a chance we were part of the problem.
And here's obituaries being put up on him. And
he's not the only one.
When it comes to Netflix, and obviously this is a ways away, and you have shows damn near every single night, so you have a lot on your plate already, but have you thought at all about how you might kind of tweak some things and change it for the Netflix area with it not being on traditional linear TV? Or is it one of those things where it's like hey, if it's not broke, don't fix it. We don't want to go to Netflix and then have people be like, well, this is a completely different product. Why is it look different? Like, have you thought about what small changes or what you'd maybe like to try on Netflix that you're not necessarily afforded being on TV?
Absolutely. We spend large chunks of our time every day. When we're not thinking about business at hand now, we're thinking about those moments. So in the fall, as the shows shift around, and then once we get to Netflix is a completely different animal. It's a streaming service. How are commercials going to work? How are breaks going to work? What's the length of time? What are the restrictions? What are not restrictions? Like right now, it just as an example of us being on Fox, and if the crowd chants "Holy shit" or something much worse, they just take that audio. Sometimes they take the picture and the audio off, and it's just black screen.
Oh yeah, you're talking about The Rock.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Rock.
There was a big message being delivered, and you guys just want the complete nothing. Remember, that was your decision.
Yeah. Look, The Rock comes in and you sort of kind of can't tell The Rock what to do, right? Like, what are we going to tell him? So he does what he does, but we won't have those issues. Netflix, right? The ability to be live globally, the ability to have everything seen all at once everywhere. It's a game-changing moment, and I think in many ways, not to disparage other partners because we want to be everywhere, but that's sort of where the world is heading, right? Is streaming services. You see the NFL sticking their toe in the water. NBA is, every sport is, right? Yes. And I think it's why this Netflix deal was so game-changing, and I think everybody's going to be watching us in January, especially those other sports. From a business side, they're going to be watching to see what we do differently, and how that's received.
Everybody from live content is very thankful you guys did a deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
For a weekly live show. Just want to let you know that.
I think it's going to revolutionize that for everybody else.
Oh yeah.
And opens that
Fingers
door
crossed.
massively. So yeah, look.
Crush it. Come on.
Yeah, you're 100%. As soon as I saw you guys sign for how many bucks?
Okay.
It had to be
live.
It had to be at the beginning. Is all you really need to know.
It's for live entertainment. So that's wrestling with a Netflix deal. Does the NFL have a Netflix?
Oh, they do.
They do. How much is that one? Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Don't be a selfish prick here, Pat. Send the congratulations where they are. Send the congratulations.
Send the congratulations before you ask for a contact number.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but it's awesome. You guys have always done that, though. Literally started the WWE Network before anybody else started their own, and everybody tried to do it. And then now you guys have figured out how to make that a profitable, both international and domestic with the Peacock. I mean, it's just like...
It's been the secret of WWE since the beginning, sort of, when there were all the territories, WWE saw cable television coming. And they went national first, right? Then it was closed circuit TV, where WrestleMania 1 was seen closed circuit TV. You had to go to a gym or a theater or whatever it was to watch it with everybody else. Then we sort of pioneered pay-per-view. We kept that alive for a lot of years before, then boxing came in and everything else. We switched to our own streaming service, which people said we were ridiculous to do at the time. They questioned the sanity of doing it because nobody was there. It was Netflix pretty much and us. And then everybody started going there. That was then seen as a genius move. Then as the bundling started happening, we pulled out of that and went into, the deal with Peacock, which was seen as, wow, genius. We're not a tech company. We can't keep up with all the other, tech advantages that are happening and all this bundling. So we pull out, we go to Peacock, and then we go to the biggest streaming service there is. So you got to stay ahead of things. You want to be where you're at in the moment, but you also want to see what's coming around the bend and do the best you can. You don't want to be the first in, but you certainly don't want to be the last.
Isn't it what? Amen. You also don't want to be the last one out of any event. That is certainly, unless you're working it. But the thought of WWE always being like that, and then adding Nick Khan as the president to you guys got it figured out.
Dream team.